What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's a big week, man. It's Bama week. We're gonna get ready for that game with a quick little game preview, game prediction, kind of game outlook for this week. I think it's kind of needless to say, Bama, best team in the country, bar none. Nobody's really even close to those guys right now. They're leaps and bounds and heads above everyone else that they're gonna play. Everyone else in the country, you know, it's not even close. You talk about an explosive offense. Tua Tagovailoa really ignites that group. He can make all the throws, gets the ball out of his hand quick, makes smart decisions, can tuck it and run, pocket awareness, the total package. Great group of receivers. Watched a few of their games, and kind of my first thought was they have 3 Calvin Ridleys. They have 3 Calvin Ridleys, and they're all in the same class. They're all true sophomores. Each one of those guys is 6 feet, maybe 6'1", about 190 pounds. And they can all fly, flat out fly, can stretch the field for you. Fortunately, at least one of those guys, number 6, forget his name, but I really expect him not to play. He had a hamstring injury against Missouri last week. I don't expect him to play at all. They're going to try to rest him. Then the one that's questionable is number 11. He had a little ankle deal. Linebacker from Missouri, he absolutely cheap shotted him. Not cheap shot, but was a very dirty play where he twisted the guy's ankle when he's already down, trying to break his leg. Is what it looked like to me. So he's kind of nursing that. So he's questionable whether he'll go or not. We'll see if they want to just rest him and kind of give him some more time to heal through the bye week and stuff like that. But if they do, number 4, who's really their best receiver, he'll still go. And I'm sure they have a whole bunch of other guys behind those guys that can play. But as far as who's been proven, that's 2 of their top 3 guys right there. 2 of their 3 most proven guys that are potentially out, which is huge for us. And you talk about Tua Tagovailoa. He's had that little knee injury, tweaked his knee a couple weeks ago against Arkansas or something like that. He's been dealing with that and kind of retweaked it Saturday against Missouri. Maybe he can't finish the game and they have to go with Hurts, which is going to be huge for us. It's going to be huge, astronomical. And it's going to be astronomical if Hurts ends up being their guy. But just kind of continuing down with their offense, they have a big-time tight end. Forget the guy's name. It's like Izzy Smith or something like that, number 82, 6'4", 255, can run, can make all the catches. Very athletic guy. Pretty good O-line. I think this group is better in pass protection than they are in the run game, which is something you don't typically see from an Alabama squad. But just with the kind of the shift from a run first team to more of a pass first team, I think they've become much better at pass blocking, and you see them not get as much push in the run game as we're used to seeing from an Alabama offensive line. I think number 71, their center, is probably the worst one in that group. I think he's a guy we can try to exploit a little bit. And number 74 plays right tackle or right guard. I've seen him miss a few blocks too. So those are the guys we got to go after, I think, in this game. And I think Darrell Taylor have a big game going against him if he is the right tackle. And just an overall very explosive offense. Can score quick. Don't run the ball as good as you're used to seeing from an Alabama team, but they do run the ball, still run it very well. They're a top 30 team in rushing per game, averaging over 215 yards. Still very good running team. Have a great stable of backs, a better stable than we've seen all season. And so just a team that has a lot of pieces, a lot of weapons. Going to be very, very tough to stop them. Expect us to come out in a lot of man coverage. And we're going to really put a lot of stress on our freshman corners. They're going to have to cover. They can't get beat deep. They're going to have to cover. Because number 4, every game he does the same route. It's a skinny post, but he stems it outside, gives himself more room to work. 2 play actions, turns around, throws it up just about as far as he can. Number 4 runs right under it, makes the catch, and they score a touchdown pretty much every time they run that play. And so we have to have something for that. We have to stay on top of our guy, and just don't let him get behind us. That's really what it comes down to. And make a play on the ball at the moment of truth. You know, our secondary has been decent in coverage, but you know, there's times when guys, they don't cover very well. See, Alontae Taylor's a guy that I've looked at watching the Auburn game again. He had a lot of plays where he really wasn't covering his guy very well. Just so happened they didn't look his way, but he needs to get more focused in coverage. His eyes are usually in the wrong place. He's usually looking in the backfield. If you're in man coverage, you shouldn't be looking in the backfield. And if you're in zone and you only have one receiver to your side, you really shouldn't be looking in the backfield too much then either. You should be looking more at your guy in that situation. So he has a lot to learn, and so hopefully he doesn't go out there and blow it for us. But you know, only time will tell what he does. And Bryce Thompson's another guy who just he's good most of the time, but then he has those occasional busts every game. This is a game when you can't afford to bust coverages and give Alabama free stuff. You know, force them to have to sustain drives. Let's try to take away that pass game and force them to run the ball, force them to, you know, try to 4- and 5-yard pop us, which I think they can do that. I think they're much better than us up front. But that at least slows the game down. It keeps the score more manageable, gives us a chance to maybe get a turnover or two and have a chance to be from striking distance to win this game late. But yeah, I mean, our D-line's going to have to play good ball. They do a lot of RPOs, so our backers and safeties are going to have to be able to communicate and kind of know who's going to cover down on that receiver if quarterback pulls in, tries to throw a quick little slant or whatever it is. We just have to have all that kind of sorted out. And I'm confident that Coach Pruitt will have a rock-solid game plan, have us ready to go and rock and roll. It's just going to come down to, can our guys execute it against a team that's much more talented than they are. That's what's going to come down to, guys. You know, it's no secret. This team is way better than us in every phase of the game. They're bigger, stronger, faster, better. I mean, it's the truth. Bigger, stronger, faster, better, and it ain't even close. And so it's going to take a Herculean effort by every single player on that roster, even the guys that ain't playing. Okay, they better be given a Herculean effort in practice all week on scout team. They better be given a Herculean effort in the locker room, getting guys pumped up, ready to play. They better be given a Herculean effort on the sideline, being focused and just locked into the game. Because we're going to need all hands on deck. The fans better be given a Herculean effort and try not to ever, for the entire 60 minutes of the game, stop yelling. Yell the entire time. You better not have any voice left after that game. Okay, we need everybody giving it all they've got, because we are way outmatched. We are way outmatched. Okay, and that ain't no secret to nobody. All right. Then looking over at the defense, Alabama's got a great defense yet again, as always. Very good defensive line. I think a lot of you guys know big Raekwon Davis, big number 99. He had a pick in the national championship game last season. He's about 6'7", 315, top 10 talent. One of the first notes I put down on paper when I was watching film on their defense, I said 99 may be the second or even the third best D lineman on this team. So that just kind of tells you a little bit about their D-line, okay? Number 92 is an absolute animal. He's a top 10 draft pick when he comes out. And 49 is a guy he's very, very consistent, very, very sound. He's going to do his job. He's going to get pushed. He's going to make tackles. He's going to be solid. He's going to be tough to move all game. Okay, and then they have great outside backers. And number 47, I believe. Yeah, I think 47. Great pass rusher, and 33 is a guy who can kind of do it all. Can rush the passer, can stuff the run. Good backers, they run, can fly around and hit. I think for us to attack their front, hey, it's going to be tough sledding getting any yards rushing. Okay, we've struggled to rush against everybody we've played. It's going to be tough sledding. That being said, I've seen teams have success running the ball on. There's been a couple of 100-yard rushes against these guys. So, hey, maybe the fact that we don't run it well will have them not locked in to stop the run, and maybe we'll pop a few runs here and there. Who knows? But I think we try the run early. Test the waters. Just like one of my favorite movies is 300. One of my favorite quotes, Leonidas. Whenever the Spartans were going to fight the Persians, the immortal Persians, it's a scene. Leonidas is like, immortals, we put their name to the test, as he's driving the daggum spear through the guy's chest. That's kind of what it's like for us. We're going against this this unbeatable front seven, hey, we got to put their names to the test. Let's try to come out and run it and see what happens, okay? But hey, let's not stick to it all game, okay? We tried 2 or 3 times. If we end up getting back to the line of scrimmage, you know what? Hey, let's try to put the ball in the air maybe 50 to 60 times and pass it. Okay? Let's not keep trying to beat a dead horse if it ain't working. Let's not spend all game doing that, please. But yeah, good backers. I think that we can exploit them using Ty Chandler as a mismatch, because I think that he's a mismatch for any backer in the nation just because he's so fast. So split him out wide, get him one-on-one with those guys, and let's take advantage of that because he has good hands as well. So I think we can win those matchups with him. Get Tim Jordan out of there, and we have a chance to win. And then our secondary, you know, a lot of long-range guys. You know, they're 6'1", 6'2", back there in the back end in a corner. So you know, they match up decent with our big-bodied receivers. Match up pretty well actually, because our receivers are 6'2", besides Tim Jordan. I mean, besides Jawan Jennings. So they match up well with our receivers, but I still think our receivers can go up and high point the ball over those guys. Got to give them chances to do that. I think in order to have success against Bama, there are several things you need to be able to do. Number one, you need to have a mobile quarterback, a guy that can scramble. Not necessarily designed QB runs, but you know, let's do some scramble drills. Let's buy time. You know, let's scramble around, buy time, and throw it deep. Let's scramble for yards. Okay, manufacture some run game via QB scrambles. You got to be able to do that. Garantano's a guy not very elusive, but he does have pretty decent straight line speed. He won't make you miss, but if he has a crease and can just run straight, he can pick up some yards. He needs to use his legs in this game. Scramble around, buy time, do what he can to put stress on that back end, on that secondary. And then you know, probably the next thing, they run a lot of man coverage. So pick routes are very good. You go back and watch the Arkansas game, they did a whole lot of pick routes and they had a lot of success moving the ball on them. The scoreboard didn't show it, but they had a lot of success moving the ball, gained a lot of yards, and really made that defense look very beatable at a lot of times. So pick routes, you know, bunch formations, stack formations, things like that to pick people off, motion into it, and all that stuff will help us out. And just trying to get a lot of misdirection going to kind of slow those guys down. Something else Arkansas did very well. Have a lot of motions going on, a lot of fakes here, fake there, and then hit them there. Just anything you can to get them thinking instead of just letting them play and get downhill fast on you. And then, kind of like I touched on earlier, man, we got to be able to create mismatches, and I think we have a mismatch with Ty Chandler on their linebackers, and we got to exploit that anywhere we can, get very creative with that, and give him a chance to go up there and win some balls and you know, beat some guys deep. But that's really kind of the blueprint, and I think we have to incorporate each element of that in order to have any success moving the ball on these guys. But this is definitely a tall undertaking. Best team in the country. Nobody gives us a chance. 29-point underdogs, and that's being generous. You know, it's one of those deals, man, where you never want to say you don't have a chance. You never want to say that. You show up to the game, you have a chance. And I think we just have to come out there, go toe to toe with these guys. Don't back down. If we get down early, keep fighting, and you know, don't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep your head down, keep fighting. And at the end of that, when that clock hits 000, you look up at the scoreboard. Maybe you're in that game. Who knows? But you know, my prediction for this game, you know, Tennessee's overmatched. Bama's the better team. They beat us in every single area of the game, aside from maybe our kicker may be better than theirs, because their kickers usually suck. They're bigger than us, stronger than us, faster than us, better than us at every single level, every single position. You know, Saban's 12-0 against his former assistants. Alabama's 11-0 against us the last 11 years. Really no logical reason for me to pick Tennessee to win this game. That being said, I'm picking the Vols to win 31-27. That's right, I'm picking the Vols. We're outmanned. They're better than us. It doesn't matter. Here's the reason why I'm picking us. It's a numbers game, okay? We ain't beat Bama in how long? 11 years? Okay, we're due to beat them, for one. B, Saban, 12-0 against former assistants. He's due to lose one. Okay, lucky number 13. That's Pruitt. He's due for it. It's going to be a crazy game. I think Tua isn't going to finish the game, which is huge for us. Them not having their two best receivers is going to be huge for us. We'll see if anybody can step up and make plays for those guys, because that's huge. That's huge. And I think Pruitt's going to have a great game plan to stop that defense. Can we execute? I mean, to stop that offense, can we execute it? That's what's going to come down to. You know, I think the stadium's going to be rocking. I could see Bama having a game similar to how we had against Florida, where we just turn it over, it just doesn't go our way at all. Okay? I don't know how it's going to happen, but somehow, some way, we find a way to win this game. Somehow, some way. And I ain't basing this off of us beating Auburn last week, because, you know, hey, I mean, that's a decent win, but I'm not going to sit here and say that we've arrived because we beat Auburn. That's not that's not what this is about. This is about it being time for us to get a W against these guys. And we're going to get it. Don't know how it's going to unfold. You know what's going to happen, but I'm calling 31-27 Vols. That's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. Talk to me after the game. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video.